Alright guys, so live last night on the WWE Network, it was a historic night. It was the 2-hour finale of the WWE Cruiserweight Classic, and it was just an incredible show, guys. Right off the bat, it was an incredible show. To me, it was a show that embodies why I'm a professional wrestling fan. It had all the elements that make a great wrestling show. Storytelling, emotion, athleticism, great competitors. Last night's Cruiserweight Classic finale was just awesome. And to me, it was a testament to why the Cruiserweight Classic, this whole tournament that started 10 weeks ago, has been just a great success. And I will be giving you my review of last night's finale. I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm not going to do it like I usually do my my other reviews. I will discuss, some match highlights, but I'm not going to go through everything. I didn't take a lot of notes this time around because I was honestly debating, do I want to review the Cruiserweight Classic or not? And I eventually decided that I would give you a review. It's going to be a different kind of review, but still wanted to share my thoughts on how awesome last night's finale was and just share with you my thoughts on the Cruiserweight Classic as a whole. So like I said, guys, the finale last night, 2 hours, was incredible. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best shows of this year. The Cruiserweight Classic was quite a revolutionary tournament this year. When I heard about it, I was really looking forward to it. And what I really liked about the finale last night was that it really surprised me. It shocked me a few times throughout the show because stuff I expected didn't happen. WWE threw us for a loop, but I mean that in a good way because we had our expectations of who would advance to the finals, who would ultimately win the finals, and it didn't play out the way a lot of us expected. If I was a betting man, I put my money on one of the 4 semifinalists making it to the finals, I would have lost. I would have lost big money. But overall, guys, great finale with 2 great semifinal matches. One which was just incredible. I mean, one of the best matches of the year. Of course, you had a very good final match in the tournament, and then you had a great bonus match that was pretty much a showcase for 4 of the best young cruiserweights out there. So, starting this review off, the first semifinal match was Gran Metalik versus Zack Sabre Jr. I thought this was a great match pitting Lucha Libre against technical wizardry. Of course, Gran Metalik, hell of a luchador. He really made me a fan. From the first time I saw him in this tournament, Gran Metalik made me a fan. He's just a great cruiserweight, great luchador. And then, of course, Zack Sabre Jr., the renowned technical wizard. This match got off to a quick start with a bang. Gran Metalik hitting Zack Sabre Jr. with this wicked drop kick, knocking him out of the ring, and then hitting him with a diving senton over the top rope. I honestly thought Zack Sabre Jr. was going to beat, or I thought Gran Metalik was going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. in record time. Not saying he was going to squash him, but I was like, no way. There's no way he's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. in less than a minute. The match was great, like I said, because you had Gran Metalik's Lucha Libre on display against Zack Sabre Jr.'s technical wizardry. You had Zack Sabre Jr., hit his penalty kick, which is a wicked move. Gran Metalik, actually proven that while Zack Sabre Jr. is the superior technical wrestler, he can match Zack Sabre Jr. with technical wrestling. He applied a couple submission holds, and he would counter some of Zack Sabre Jr.'s submission holds and his other kinds of wrist locks. And ultimately, what it came down to was Zack Sabre Jr. countering one of Gran Metalik's springboard moves with a wicked European uppercut. Remember, guys, I didn't write any notes. I wanted to do this review a little differently, so it's not going to be like my standard reviews. But he cracks. I remember Zack Sabre Jr. cracking Gran Metalik with a wicked uppercut. He goes for another uppercut, but Gran Metalik counters with the Metalik driver and scores the 1-2-3, eliminating Zack Sabre Jr. from the semifinals, from the tournament. I was shocked because I honestly expected Zack Sabre Jr. to advance and face Kota Ibushi. But Gran Metalik got the win over Zack Sabre Jr. in a great opener, exciting opener. Like with my other reviews, the overall show rating and the match ratings are down below in the description box. It's just a great match. You know, Gran Metalik made me more of a fan every time I saw him, and I feel like this was the match that solidified my position as a Gran Metalik fan. The fact that he beat Zack Sabre Jr. in a hell of a match, in a match that I honestly thought Zack Sabre Jr. was going to win, because when you looked at who was in the semifinals, you would expect him and Kota Ibushi to make it to the finals. But great opening match, and Gran Metalik advances to the semifinals of the Cruiserweight Classic. We then had our second semifinal match in the Cruiserweight Classic, Kota Ibushi versus TJ Perkins. My God, what a match this was. This was undoubtedly one of the best matches of the year, one of the best matches of the Cruiserweight Classic. It was just, it had storytelling, emotion, athleticism. Like I was mentioning earlier, you know, TJ Perkins was the clear underdog in this match, as everybody did not think he could beat Kota Ibushi. And he took the fight to Kota Ibushi. And within mere seconds, you saw he was not going to back down from Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi went for one of his kicks, and TJ Perkins immediately countered. Like, he knew what Kota Ibushi was going to go for. He did well. He did well countering Ibushi's kicks. And then they just went and tore the freaking house down. You know, he would go for the knee bar early on, and he did get Ibushi in the knee bar. Ibushi made it to the ropes. From there, guys, like I said, they just tore the house down. Ibushi hitting the golden triangle moonsault, which is a thing of beauty. Also hitting TJ Perkins with that beautiful Pele kick. I love the fact that he does it with 2 feet instead of 1 foot. TJ Perkins just would not stay down. At one point, he's on the outside. He's on the apron, on the outside, and he's taking a savage beating from Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi is just lighting TJ Perkins' chest up with kicks, kick after kick after kick, and it was not hard to watch. But I mean, TJ Perkins, he's one hell of a wrestler for taking as much punishment as he did from Kota Ibushi. Ibushi tried to hit him with the Golden Star Powerbomb, but TJ Perkins countered with the wicked Spike DDT. And then he hit a move, I think it's called the Daldon. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but basically the move was a chicken wing into like the GTS with your feet. It was a sick move. And then Kota Ibushi would wear down I almost said Zack Sabre Jr. for some reason. Kota Ibushi would wear down TJ Perkins and drill him with the Golden Star Powerbomb. I honestly thought it was over, but then TJ Perkins kicks out. He shows his resiliency. Crowd's going crazy. They can't believe Ibushi didn't put TJ Perkins away with the Golden Star Powerbomb. And then in the end, Kota Ibushi gets trapped in the knee bar again, and he's in the middle of the ring, nowhere to go. And this time, to punctuate his hold, excuse me, TJ Perkins pulls back on the neck of Kota Ibushi, locking him in like a crossface, so to speak, while still in the knee bar. And to the shock of everybody in the arena, including me watching at home, Kota Ibushi taps out, and TJ Perkins advances to the finals of the CWC to face Gran Metalik. What a win it was for TJ Perkins. I don't want to say it was his breakout win, but that had to be a career-defining win right there. Beating one of the heavy favorites in Kota Ibushi, one of New Japan Pro Wrestling's, you know, one of their dynamic stars? No, one of their biggest names, one of their faces, one of their company's faces. It was just an incredible win for TJ Perkins. He took punishment throughout this match. He took the best moves Kota Ibushi had, and he still showed resiliency. He still fought hard, and in the end, he beats Kota Ibushi. He forces Ibushi to tap out to the knee bar, the move that forced Rich Swann to tap out, Mac to tap out, Johnny Gargano to tap out. It was just an incredible victory for Kota Ibushi, for TJ Perkins, excuse me, beating one of New Japan Pro Wrestling's best wrestlers. It was just an incredible match, an emotional match. It was awesome. 4.5 stars. Undoubtedly the match of the night. One of the best matches in the Cruiserweight Classic. I still haven't really decided if this match was better than Kota Ibushi versus Cedric Alexander, but it was just awesome. And TJ Perkins, he shocked the world. He shocked Kota Ibushi, and he moves on to the finals to face Gran Metalik in what was one really good finale with a big surprise towards the end, and I'll get to that in a little bit. After that, we had a bonus match, a bonus tag team match. It was Team DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus Cedric Alexander and Noam. This was a great, fun match. I mean, this was just, it was, Mauro Ranallo called it a demolition derby, and when he said that, I thought to myself, this match should have just been a fatal four-way cruiserweight showcase, because these guys were hitting each other with their best moves left and right. There were bodies everywhere. Cedric Alexander with this nice handstand into a reverse Hurricane Rana. Tommaso Ciampa with some of his wicked knee strikes. Johnny Gargano, of course, with that patented spear through the middle rope. It was just an awesome match. I was once again impressed with Cedric Alexander. He definitely is going to be one to watch in this cruiserweight division. In the end, guys, it was Team DIY with the victory. They cracked Noam Dar with that with their double team super kick, or super kick and knee to the side of the head to score the 1-2-3. Team DIY gets the victory, and that would ultimately establish them for a future rematch with the Revival for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I'm looking forward to when that match goes down. But like I said, guys, this was a great match. All four guys got to do their thing. I feel like it should have been, like I said, a cruiserweight classic showcase for all four of them. Fatal four-way. Awesome match. Congratulations to Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa for getting that momentum build with the win. And like I said, they will eventually face the Revival in a Tag Team Championship rematch on NXT TV, because I doubt they're going to save that match for NXT TakeOver Toronto, which is in November. They can't hold that off for like 2 months. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, great match. And now we move on to the finals of the Cruiserweight Classic, which was Gran Metalik versus TJ Perkins. Now, before this match started, Triple H came out, and he talked about the significance of this tournament. It started with 32. They've made it down to 2. But in the end, there can only be one Cruiserweight who will walk away with that beautiful-looking CWC trophy. But then Triple H said it wasn't only about the Cruiserweight Classic trophy. And he brought out the brand new WWE Cruiserweight Championship, which looks 1,000 times better than that fruit roll-up championship, the Universal Championship. Now, granted, I am very happy Kevin Owens is currently the Universal Champion. And I believe he's going to bring a lot of prestige to that championship. But still, look at what they did with the Cruiserweight Championship. It has a purple strap, and it basically embodies what the Cruiserweight Classic was all about. When you think about the Cruiserweight Classic logo and everything, that belt basically embodies it. And I'm not sure if Triple H had a saying what that title was going to look like, but thank God it's just not another title that looks like the Universal title and the Women's title and the WWE World Championship. It's its own separate title, its own separate identity. I love how it has the purple strap with the silver plates and everything. The title looks great. I love it. 1,000 times better than the Universal Championship. So thank you, Triple H. Thank you, Hunter, like the crowd was chanting, for that championship and for putting this tournament together. Everything was great. I can't stop talking about how awesome that Cruiserweight Championship looks. So with that said, guys, let's get to the finals of the tournament, which is now for both the Cruiserweight Classic Trophy and the vacant WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Gran Metalik versus TJ Perkins. I was expecting this match to be a little better, but it was a very good match. Gran Metalik, once again, surprising me with his moves, with his arsenal. He does this wicked Hurricane Rana from inside the ring to outside the ring which I'm really surprised he didn't hurt himself doing it, because it wasn't like he did it from the turnbuckle off the apron. He ran, jumped on the TJ Perkins, and threw him over the top rope with the Hurricane Rana. TJ Perkins did something similar prior to that move, which was nice, and I'm surprised he didn't hurt himself or botch that move with the kind of momentum that he was building, or the kind of momentum he had going toward Gran Metalik. And once again, you know, Gran Metalik displaying his lucha libre in this match. TJ Perkins showing off what brought him to the dance, getting Metalik in a knee bar, and Metalik eventually making it to the ropes. It was a very good match, like I said. TJ Perkins had the scars of war on his chest, particularly on the left side, because he had welts that were, ooh, they were brutal, from the punishment he took as a result of his battle with Kota Ibushi. In the end, Gran Metalik hits the Metalik driver. TJ Perkins kicks out. Metalik tries to finish him off with a top rope Frankensteiner, but TJ Perkins counters with a knee bar. He gets Metalik in the middle of the ring. He crosses his legs with his one leg under his armpit, forces Gran Metalik to tap out, and TJ Perkins, the Filipino sensation, wins the Cruiserweight Classic, and he is the brand new Cruiserweight Champion. And I meant to do this during the Kota Ibushi, during my talk with the Kota Ibushi TJ Perkins match, but for TJ Perkins, for that incredible battle he put up against Kota Ibushi, which he won, and for his efforts against Gran Metalik, ultimately winning the Cruiserweight Classic and becoming the Cruiserweight Champion, I have to give him nothing but this. TJ Perkins truly impressed me with his performance in the tournament, from the first time I saw him to the battle with Ibushi and this finale against Gran Metalik. He is the top cruiserweight in the world. He's the new Cruiserweight Champion. He's bringing that championship to Raw. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see the rest of the cruiserweights do their thing. My only concern is that I'm afraid WWE might screw up on certain people. I really hope with Raw being 3 hours, the cruiserweights get enough time to shine. I feel like the cruiserweights could be a huge, not addition, but I feel like they could be a huge benefit to Monday Night Raw, being that Raw is 3 hours long. You figure you have a cruiserweight match during the first hour, maybe a cruiserweight match during the third hour, because the third hour is always that hour that drags. That's the hour that is so hard for people to get through. I feel like the cruiserweights should have a chance to shine during the first hour of Raw and during the third hour. And, you know, I'm excited to see them on Raw. I just don't want WWE to screw up certain people like TJ Perkins. He's your first Cruiserweight Champion of a new era. Do not screw him over. You saw how over he was with the crowd. You saw how happy they were for him when he won. You saw the reaction on Twitter. WWE, give us an awesome Cruiserweight division. Take the momentum that the Cruiserweight Classic has built and capitalize on it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Cruiserweights do on Raw. You know, like a fan, I'm excited, but I don't want to be concerned all the time for my favorite Cruiserweights. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to bring. I'm excited for TJ Perkins as the new Cruiserweight Champion. And I hope that the Cruiserweight division, you know, really revolutionizes this new era and really revolutionizes Monday Night Raw. You know, with 3 hours, the Cruiserweights are most likely what Raw needs. So we'll see what happens come this Monday night when the Cruiserweights debut on Raw, when TJ Perkins brings that beautiful purple championship to Monday Night Raw. It's going to be interesting. But the Cruiserweight Classic, guys, was undoubtedly a revolutionary idea, a revolutionary tournament. Thank you again, Triple H, and thank you, William Regal, for scouring the globe, bringing together 32 of the best cruiserweights for one ultimate tournament that would ultimately determine who is the undisputed best cruiserweight in the world, and it ultimately determined who is the true Cruiserweight Champion. You know, whoever walked out of this tournament, the winner, would get the trophy and be crowned Cruiserweight Champion, and that was TJ Perkins. And this tournament, guys, from the very beginning was just incredible. You had a ton of different styles, from, you know, Kota Ibushi's strong style, Zack Sabre Jr.'s technical wizardry. You know, Gentleman Jack Gallagher and his unique offense. Gran Metalik and his, you know, lucha libre style. Lince Dorado and his cruiserweight style. Rich Swann with his high flying style. You had so many different unique cruiserweights with so many different unique styles. It made for just an exciting tournament, an exciting concept, and the matches were great how they were contested. You know, there was time limits, there was no screwy finishes. Each, you know, every time a match started, the two competitors were ordered to shake hands. You saw great sportsmanship after the matches. You know, it was just great. And the matches themselves were awesome. Yes, Kota Ibushi, Cedric Alexander, one of the best matches of the tournament. You know, that match was just awesome. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, their emotional showdown from, I believe, the 4th episode of the Cruiserweight Classic. Gargano, I mean, he took a beating from Tommaso Ciampa, and he fought hard, he fought well, and in the end, he beat his own tag team partner. He capitalized on his own tag team partner's mistake, and he won. Brian Kendrick and his Cinderella story, you know, advancing to the winning, beating Raul Mendoza in the first round, then beating Tony Nese in the quarterfinals or the second round, and then moving on to fight Kota Ibushi in the quarterfinals. He came up short, but he got that respect from the fans. He had that emotional moment with Daniel Bryan, which was beautiful. There was a lot of emotion, a lot of excitement, a lot of thrills, a lot of great storytelling throughout this tournament. It was just awesome. And I would love for WWE to do another Cruiserweight Classic maybe in a year or two. Something else I was thinking about is based off the success of the Cruiserweight Classic, maybe do the same thing with an all-women tournament. 32 or 24 of the best women's wrestlers out there. People like Mandy Leon, Tessa Blanchard, Santana Garrett, maybe my girl Thunder Rosa, maybe my girl Nicole Savoy, maybe Christina Von Eerie. Bring them together, do an all-women's tournament like you did with the Cruiserweight Classic, and crown that new female star, so to speak. Present them with a trophy, and then who knows, maybe bring those women to NXT, because I do feel like NXT needs more women for the roster. Yes, you have Asuka, you have Ember Moon, you have Liv Morgan, you have Billie Kay, you have Mandy Rose, you have Daria or Darla, the MMA chick. But none of them, except for Ember Moon, are real threats to Asuka's women's championship. So I feel like bringing in a Mandy Leon, bringing in a Santana Garrett, bringing in a Thunder Rosa would help to, you know, rebuild. I don't want to say rebuild, but it would bring more star power to the NXT women's division, which I feel like does need more names, with Bayley and Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss being called up to the main roster, and Carmella as well. So that would be great to see. But overall, guys, you know, the Cruiserweight Classic, just an incredible tournament. And the finale last night, guys, embodied why I love professional wrestling and why I'm a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, guys, I do have match ratings in the description box. I do have an overall show rating. I honestly cannot give this show anything less. The 2-hour Cruiserweight Classic Finale, I cannot give that show anything less than a 10 out of 10. This was a perfect show. Every match was good to great. It kept me excited, kept me on the edge of my seat. It had surprises that I did not see coming, from Ibushi getting eliminated to Zack Sabre Jr. getting eliminated to the Cruiserweight Championship being reintroduced. And I didn't know if they were going to do the old Cruiserweight Classic or old Cruiserweight Championship, or if they would introduce a new title. And I'm so in love with the new design of the Cruiserweight Championship. Like I said, guys, I can't give this show anything less than a 10 out of 10. If I was giving it a letter grade, I'd give it an A. A+. That's how great this show was. I loved it. It was an incredible 2-hour finale. The Cruiserweight Classic itself was an incredible tournament. I would give the tournament itself a 10 out of 10 or an A+. It was just incredible from start to finish. I loved it. I loved being introduced to all these new stars. I'm looking forward to seeing a majority of them on Raw. I would like to see some Cruiserweights go to SmackDown. I do like seeing some cruiserweights on NXT because I feel like there are some that could benefit from, you know, developing their characters, building themselves, establishing themselves on NXT before going to the main roster. Guys like a Tony Nese and a Sean Maluda, I think they do good things on NXT. But like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the cruiserweights on the main roster, especially this coming Monday on Raw. I just hope WWE does the right thing, does not screw a lot of these cruiserweights over. Give them their chance. Give them all a chance to shine, especially with your show being 3 hours. How about one cruiserweight or two cruiserweight matches during the first hour, another one during the third hour? But don't overexpose the cruiserweights. If you're getting practically, if you're getting a majority of the 32, because I know Ibushi and Zack, Sabre Jr. aren't going to be on Raw, use them wisely. Don't overexpose them. How about 4 cruiserweights one show, 4 cruiserweights another show, another 4 the following show? Do it that way. But my overall thoughts, like I said, guys, the tournament was incredible. The 2-hour finale was incredible. I would love for WWE to do this again. I would love for them to do another Cruiserweight Classic or an all-women's Classic, you know. Maybe call it a Women's Revolution Classic. Not sure what you would call it, but I would love for them to do an all-female tournament just in the style of the Cruiserweight Classic. And then bring those women up to NXT or to the main roster, depending on who you sign. That'd be great. You know, I, again, have to say thank you, Triple H, and thank you, William Regal, for scouring the globe, bringing all these cruiserweights together, establishing this tournament. And thank you for introducing me to a ton of great talent who I'm looking forward to seeing in the future. Rich Swann, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, TJ Perkins, Zack Sabre Jr., Kota Ibushi, Jack Gallagher, Akira Tozawa. Thank you for bringing back Brian Kendrick and Tajiri. I think they do great things on SmackDown as the veterans of the Cruiserweight Classic. Overall, it was a great tournament, an incredible 2-hour finale. Like I said, I give the tournament itself a 10 out of 10 or an A+, and I give the finale itself a 10 out of 10 or an A+. So those are my thoughts, guys, on the Cruiserweight Classic. Let me know down below what you thought of the tournament and the finale itself. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing on Raw. You know, what are your thoughts on TJ Perkins winning the Cruiserweight Championship? And yeah, guys, like I said, like I always say, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. I don't know if I'll go this route again for another review because I have had problems remembering certain highlights. As you can see, this wasn't my best review, but I wanted to come on here and do it this way because I really didn't feel like taking notes last night watching the finale. I remembered a majority of the best highlights, didn't go through it like I usually do. But tell me what you thought of this video, and of course, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you thought of the Cruiserweight Classic, and I'll see you guys later this week for more content, for more videos. Thanks as always for watching and listening. Survival One Kenobi signing off. Everybody have a good day, and I'll catch you guys later.